Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, the fact that Nigeria has entered one chance with this Buhari experience that we're going through is no longer news to anybody. We have entered one chance with this guy. It is a fait accompli. It is a done deal, and only really powers outside of our being can save us, like God maybe can save us. So we already know that the only appointment that is going on in government is for Abubakar, Mukhtar and Danladi, etc. So it's a wall-to-wall Malami in the government. So any appointment that comes up, they've just confirmed that Tanko guy now as the Chief Justice, by the way, the one that they got rid of Onogen and replaced him with yet another Fulani man. So we have that. And then we've also had all of these government policies geared solely towards a particular tiny little ethnicity, which are the Fulanis. So first we had that 100 billion naira that they said they gave the Fulanis when there was a lot of public outcry about this. Then they tried to deny it, even though everybody in the news reported that they gave these Fulanis 100 billion naira. So we had that, and then we had Radio Fulani, which the government was setting up to have a radio station so that they can quickly reach these people through via radio. So we had that as well. And then now we have this Ruga thing where they're going to spend $11 billion to build Ruga settlements all over Nigeria. Now you have to pause and ask that question. We've always had Fulanis in Nigeria, and these Fulanis have always had homes, so they've never needed Ruga settlement up till date, 60 odd years that they've been part of the country. So now what's now this new necessity for this Ruga thing that they're going to spend $11 billion on? So now you have to then go back to the reports that people have been giving, because there was a guy on Channel's television the other day. He said he traveled through the Middle Belt, and all of the Fulanis that he was coming across, because there were Hausa people protesting, claiming that people were coming into their settlements to kill them, etc. And then when he was approaching all of these Fulanis, they could not speak a word of Nigerian language when they tried to communicate with them, until he said "Parlez-vous français?" and then their eyes lit up, and then they started to speak to him in French. So these are French-speaking Fulanis. And where do the French speaking Fulanis come from? They come from Mali, they come from Burkina Faso, etc. So a lot of these Fulanis are actually being imported into Nigeria to come and change the demography of a lot of the non-Fulani regions of the country. So now there are also reports coming out of places as far-flung as Ilesha. Also a place like Ilesha, which is at the heart of the southwest of Nigeria, they are saying there are about 10,000 Fulanis that have suddenly turned up. A lot of them don't speak a word of English, but they are French speaking. They're claiming that they have come to mine gold. So the first thing you want to ask is, what license do they have to mine gold in Ilesha? And are the people of Ilesha not capable of mining their own gold themselves? Then the next question you have to ask is, what is their documentation rather to be in the country? And then the other question you have to ask is, how did they get from Burkina Faso, Mali, etc. to Ilesha? So now, if they are going to be building these Ruga settlements, then it's pretty obvious that these Ruga settlements are homes for these imported Fulanis, which they are bringing in from all over the West African region to come and change the demography of Nigeria. So this is the Fulanization agenda that people have been talking about, and now it is now coming into full-fledged. So having listed all that, the 100 billion naira given to these people, the Fulani radio, the Ruga settlements all over the country. Now guys, I bring you this. Buhari Oshibanjo under attack as Nigeria's passport bears herdsman image. So now the new passport of Nigeria has images of these herdsmen. So again, that's the headline. Buhari Oshibanjo under attack as Nigeria's passport bears herdsman image. So now it's now full force that they're not just going to push it through now. So, as I said, Nigeria has entered one chance with these coming 4 years, because these coming 4 years are going to change that country beyond the recognition of anybody that claims to be a Nigerian. It's going to be a Fulani country, and they're then going to establish it with their religion. And this is the agenda, and it's playing out now right before our eyes. So now let me bring you the body of this story. A cross-section of Nigerians have reacted to the image of a herdsman and his cattle on Nigeria's new passport. The new passport, which was posted online by Apostle Suleiman, has an inscription of a herdsman and his cattle on it. This has since generated reactions from Nigerians online as they called out President Muhammadu Buhari over alleged Fulanisation agenda. I wonder why they're still calling it alleged. So now it goes on. Here are some reactions that has been gathered. So Benga, new Nigerian passport has herdsman picture inscribed on it. My question is why? Hope we can see the agenda of the presidency is clear. No one is talking about this. Well, everybody is talking about this. This is what Cas Clement has to say. That's the handle, Cas Clement. Things are happening very fast in this second coming of PMB. And yes, things will happen very fast because, you know, he knows that he has a 4-year slot to perfect the things that he has started 4 years previously. So is that going to push through some very aggressive policies and repositioning of the country over this next 4 years, using the resources of the oil from the Niger Delta to install and instill his people in all of the states of the country, so that all the votings, everything that happens is now under the influence of the Fulanis, because the Fulanis will then come into that space and take over that space. You know how aggressive and brutal and uncivilized they are. They will just come and take over the place with force, because these 7,000 that they were reporting in Elisha, they are saying these people are coming under the guise of miners, but what they are doing is they are robbing and pillaging and raping, etc., all the way through the Elisha. So now this is now what is going on, and this is what is being reported right across the country. So this is going on before our very eyes, and as if just to put the seal completely on it, the Nigerian passport now is Fulani headsman. So now this is now what is going on in that country. So let's carry on. We were on Cas Clement. It says things are moving very fast in this second coming of PMB. In the new Nigerian passport, cows and Fulanis are now embedded. So now that's his comment. This one, Apostle Truth is the handle. Big shame to Nigerians. The same Fulani and cow in Nigerians' passport are the #1 enemies of Nigeria. Fulani is a minority in Nigeria. Only Fulani politicians use the passport for travel. Fulani is a terror to Nigerians. This was forced on Nigerians. So that is his comment. So this one's handle is Chichi Jethro, fake pastor Oshibanjo, and Muhammad Buhari are sponsoring the deadliest terrorists called Fulani criminal murderers by putting their photo and cows in the Nigerian passport. So complete rejection all the way through. But will this change anything? Of course it will not change anything. Have you ever known Mallam Buhari to be swayed by anything like public opinion or what the people want from themselves? He's going to impose his will on you, and he's going to beat you down if you make any noise. If you want to go and find out, go to Nnamdi Kanu's village and see what they did there to his father's compound. So this is the treatment that they're going to mete out to you if you make too much noise. This is what Obiako has to say. That's the handle. Am I really seeing cows? This is 2019 Nigerian passport. So now this is what is going on. This one, the Femme Lion. The Femme Lion is the name of this handle. This Ruga metamorphosis is no joke. See the new Nigerian passport with cows and herdsmen printed on it. Now, how can you print cows and herdsmen on a Nigerian passport? Nigeria that has in excess of 250 ethnicity, that has about 7 major ethnic groupings, that is as diverse as a country that has ever been, and then you pick one ethnicity and then emboss it on the Nigerian passport and say that this is the face that we're presenting, because of course they are your own tribesmen, and this is really how this man reasons. So good luck to Atiku. Nothing is is going to come out of that, but good luck really to Nigeria, because we need rescuing. So let's see what Ogazirim has to say. That's the handle, Ogazirim. Fulanization is not a joke. Look closely at the visa pages of the new Nigerian passports and see for yourself. Well, I think that is what we're discussing here. This is what Mr. Enibachi has to say. That's the handle, Mr. Enibachi. Nigerian passport, this cow thing is serious. Other countries are displaying technological innovations. Nigeria under Buhari is displaying a Fulani man grazing publicly and disturbing the whole country with cows. Where was our brain when we elected this village man as president? Well, we never elected him as president. Atiku will explain that to you fully, and or the INEC server will also confirm that he was never elected as president, but is effectively a fait accompli now, because that guy has seized control of that nation and is getting instructions from the Middle East, and those instructions align with his own worldview anyway. So brace yourself, because a lot worse is coming. That country is going to be a hell for people for the next 4 years. Let's see what a couple more people have to say. I'm not going to attempt this handle, but this is what he has to say, or she. When someone tries to show you one part of the Nigerian passport to suit his own propaganda, just show them this. So I don't know what that one means. This is what Okpala Parts, that's the name of the handle, Okpala Parts. President Buhari showcased the new passport recently. Please, Nigerians, check out the passport leaves. Fulanization and Islamization of Nigeria is being institutionalized. Change. So he's then making reference to the Buhari logo. And let's round off with what Atchichi has to say. This is what Atchichi has to say. Oshibanjo and Buhari sponsoring the deadliest terrorist group. Oh, I think we've already read this. So really, this is effectively what is now going on in Nigeria. So now let's go back to the original tweet that Apostle Johnson Suleiman put out to flash this up, and I'll put an image of that tweet in the slides here as well, if I don't put it in the thumbnail. So now let's see what is had to say. This is the headline. It's shameful. Apostle Suleiman reacts to Nigerian passport with herdsman photo in it. So that's the headline. General Overseer of Omega Fire Ministry International, Apostle Johnston Suleiman, has expressed his dissatisfaction over the new Nigerian passport with herdsmen inscribed in it. Taking to his Twitter page to react, the clergyman shared a snap of his passport page and wrote, "That's the new Nigerian passport. It now has herdsmen inscribed in it. It is shameful that a certain extraction now represents a nation with 6 geopolitical zones. Everything is now very clear. God will frustrate every evil agenda in Nigeria." And then it goes on to quote a Bible passage. So yes, I'm not going to even attempt that, but you'll see it in the images. So now that is really what is going on now. A full Fulanization has now taken effect in Nigeria. So it's the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Buhari, and the Southern Protectorates, because we are now conquered people in the southern part of Nigeria. Have no mistake about that, and make no mistake about that. We're a conquered people, we're a dominated people, and we're subservient now to these people. And only the will of God and the extent or the expansiveness of our own wit is what can save us now. So which way out now from this one chance that we have entered with Mallam Buhari and the Fulani cabal? This is the question of this video. So conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting. But before you come join me in the comment section to have that conversation, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray, bell button, that way you're notified every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of all these in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, meet you in the comment section, but here I say peace.